For page 125, number 4, it says the function g is defined by g of x equals x squared plus px plus 39, and if negative 13 is a root of g. What that means is a root basically means that it's like this, is negative 13. Okay, and I've taught you guys that when you make it into a root, you know what it came from. It came from the opposite number. So it used to be x plus 13, right? So that's something that you need to know as a heads up. So we're using this right here. If negative 13 is a root, we know that negative 13, a root looks like this, x equals negative 13. That means we know that prior to pulling out of the factor, it looked like that, okay? So we know that this is the full equation right over here, okay? So basically, how can we factor that into this using 13? Well, the only thing that would multiply, so x would be here to make that. The only thing that would multiply 13 to get to 39 is the number 3, okay? So that would be a positive thing right here. And they want to know what is the value of p here. So we're just working backwards. They gave us the root. We know that in the factoring life, it would look like that as a positive. And if we know that it's coming from this, and we factor it, it's like x times x, and then 13 times what to make 39? 3, okay? So now we need to find out what this is. How we could do that is take this and factor it over again. That's going to be x squared, and then it's going to be plus 3x, and then plus 13x, and then this one is going to be times that to that is going to be 39. We want to know what is px, and that's going to be right over here. So 13 plus 3 is 16x, and that's where you get D as your answer. Okay, the next one is number 9. Which of the following equations has the x-intercept at 2, 0, and 5, 0? And that's going to be easy. This is just a repeat question of something we've done before. They give you 2 different numbers, and what you do is you got to plug them in. This is your x, this is your y, this is your x, this is your y. Okay, plug it in, and you want to find the one that works. Okay, so I'm just going straight to the answer. It's going to be this one because look, y equals 0. So if y equals 0, x is going to be the 2. 2 squared minus 7 times 2 plus 10. Okay, that's going to be 4, and then minus 14, which is negative 10. Negative 10 plus 10 equals 0. So 0 equals 0. That one works, but we got to test it out on this one as well. Y equals 0. The x is going to be fed into this, minus 7 times 5 plus 10. So this is going to be 25 minus 35, which is negative 10, plus 10 equals 0. 0 equals 0. That works. B is your answer. So all you do is plug it in for that one. Okay, and then for this question, this is number 21. It says the graph above has roots at approximately x equals 10 over 7 and x equals 20 over 7. Which of the following equations most closely represents the graph? Okay, so for this one, the one that you find that's like a solid point on it would be like 0, 4 here, right? So actually what you could do here is the graph has the roots. So we already know the roots. The roots equal this. Don't need to do anything. So we know that before this, how did it look like if you're going to be like x equals this and x equals that, how did it look like in its factored form? It would have been x and then opposite of this. This is positive, it would be negative. This is positive, this one would be negative, because when you take it out, it looks like that. So we're really working with this one right here, okay? So we know that they want to know which of the following most closely represents this graph. Well, when we do this, you FOIL it out or distribute it, and you got x squared is going to be the first factor. So which one can we cross out? These two, because these have a 2 in it. C and D are out, okay? And then after that, it's going to be x times that is going to be negative 20 over 7x, and then the inside is going to be negative 10 over 7x, and then here it's going to be, we're going to multiply this, so it's going to be a positive 10 over 7 times 20 over 7. Okay, so we're left with these, and now you know that a negative and a negative equal a positive. Therefore, A is your answer.